And I don't like his release, so stop talking about it.
I didn't say it once, but since you brought it up, I'm going to average heaps more than you. Yeah, at that price? Who? At that price, who? At that price.
No.
At that price. At that price. No one. Good. Maddie put it in.
Too late.
Oh!
Too high.
They keep on asking me if Tom McConnell's going to be a ruckman. It's not.
Not yet anyway.
Not even. He's not the best ruckman in Carlton.
Gibneys and Chesters, I want to see these.
You're not going to be seeing much of Chester.
Oh, Francis! I just got concussed.
Doesn't care.
Tom Mitchell doesn't tug on the ball. Thomas kicks the winning goal and he got 140. Vice captain right now.
Welcome back to SuperCoach Masters. I am George. My name is George. Sorry, Matty. Along here with Matt Eves.
My name is Eves, and I'm right next to me. It's like, George, with the last new haircut we do, it's looking good, champ. How did your SuperCoach take on the weekend?
About 40 points better than yours.
It did, because of that Ridley. Geordie made that superstar trade, was hitting the darks. I've never thought you were going to go through with it. Geordie, what were your trades? Let's talk about them.
All right, let's talk trades. I got rid of the Ridster. And I
so smart. How did Geordie know to get rid of the Ridley at his highest price point yet?
Well, because he's playing like absolute
like
shit.
Dog shit, yes.
I got in... Who did I get in, Matty? I got in Clayton Oliver. I got in the big pig.
Okay, I also, besides that laughable trade that I did with PNet, George, let's talk about PNet.
Let's talk about it. Are you happy with his 78? Well, Mate, if you don't know, if you'd missed our Super Live special, which was a lot of fun. There was so much banter. Everyone was vomiting. Matty told them all. He revealed that he's going to trade in Mark Pitternet from Carlton. He did. He went through with it.
I did. I really did.
Now, Craig, I know if you're watching, you said you'd shout all subscribers a coffee, so that's 1,434 at the moment.
Times that by 5, we're looking at about $7,435. No, so my trades, George, P-Net came out for Grundy, so I'm already happy. You already outscored Grundy.
Anyone outscored Grundy?
P-Net also outscored your ruckman, George, Sean Darcy. But however, that 200,000 made me turn a Gibney into a Clayton Oliver.
It's Ginby.
Dog shit into Clayton Oliver. Okay. So that's what happened. I still got $116,000 left over. Now, I don't think we could talk about who we're going to be trading this Thursday. You know why?
Apparently you come over and I heard who you trade and you pretty much told me to go to the fucking house. So,
yes.
Because I'm playing him in our big cash league.
We are versing each other in our cash league.
Now, Matty, you haven't outscored me the last 3 or 4 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Have you been counting?
I've been counting. Well, you've obviously been counting. So you
obviously not if I'm wrong.
Geordie, obviously, I scored you by 40 points. Champ, I don't even have Bont. And I had Ridley on the field. So I don't know where I'm doing well. And Bont's got...
PNet.
PNet. It's that PNet trade. So you only had scored by 40 points.
Last week, Matty said he wanted Chase Jones, but unfortunately it was a bit slow, so I put Chase Jones.
You're such a dog.
Look for him in the thumbnail, guys, if you can find him.
You just suit the narrative. Chase Jones.
You told me, did you not tell me last week you wanted
Chase Jones? When he got the 100. When he got
you told me too late. So I had to put him on this thumbnail. When he got 65.
All right, George. Do you want to talk about some culprits or not really?
I do, because in a week where there was huge scores, I'm in the top 5. I'm in the 9,000th now ranking.
George, I'm 11,000. And I'm only 100 points behind you.
Yeah, all you need is a bond.
All you need is a bond, and I can't afford him. He's 750,000, and
he's got plenty of money to.
He's not going.
Why is Naish one of your recently searched players?
Naish.
Look,
he is too.
He doesn't even play anymore.
No, he doesn't. Must have been from last year when I was really looking for him.
So you're still making those key moves now.
Yeah, still making those.
You didn't tell me who you're trading or even thinking about trading in.
No.
Is that going to continue?
Oh, Jules, are you going to tell me who you're trading in?
You know me, buddy. I always have a rough idea.
So what's your rough idea?
Let's go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
I reckon
I don't think you're going to be getting any...
No, I reckon Thursday when we do the live, I think that's when we'll reveal our trades.
Oh, you think?
You don't want to do it?
You think?
I mean, I'll reveal... Because, my trades are always last minute depending on what emergency scores what.
Oh, yeah, I've got a plan A, plan B, whatever.
We'll give our plan A, plan B, plan C, all right?
No.
Well, I don't know.
Let's get right into it.
How are you going to stop bomb captain?
Hewitt will do that for me.
Oh, yeah, Hewitt's going to fuck.
Well, Hewitt stopped Neil. Hewitt stopped Neil, got a 60 last week. And I know it's not saying much, but he also tagged Tim Kelly the week before when he got a 70.
That's not too bad.
So Hewitt is doing some heavy tagging.
We probably won't go past Clary.
Oh, I don't think anyone could go past Clary again.
Now, I was so upset that Clary got a good score because he was
missed out on that Bond.
Bond was going to be my captain. I'm like, oh, should I take it? Then he got a couple extra touches, got up to 136. That I had to, which is very disappointing. And the narrative continues for St Kilda with allowing all those defenders to get points. So it makes me want to look at, and good for your multis as well, guys, look at who St Kilda is playing, and the backline players usually score.
Dawson, Chase Jones, and them.
Dawson doesn't play backline, but I wish he did.
No, this game you would think so, yeah.
Because they already just get so many touches. But
Charles, let's go to the Cick Sunts of Hall of Fame.
Cick Sunt Hall of Fame. Now, because we had a live chat, we had a couple of people give us these supers, and incredibly grateful to the guys there. So we got. We're just going to go through the supers first. Matty the Bruce. He came on board. He's gone all the way up to third.
He is my favourite. Like, I spotted him out. I knew some potential when I saw him. He annoys a lot of people. Just
he does, doesn't he?
He's saying the Bruce. Whatever he wants to say, then the Bruce, and then the Bruce.
And also, like, the Bruce, right?
He's so good.
Some people are like, oh, I'm glad. That one chat he missed is like, oh, I'm so glad the Bruce isn't here. I'm like, I love the Bruce.
Why wouldn't he? I think Wahab was, now there's competition, Wahab, because Bruce has come out of the field.
Yeah, Bruce has just come out of the field. Look at that, he's got the Hulk symbol, so he's just broken the tag, come out of the absolute nowhere. And he's draw with Dave Turn It Up SMC. Let's have a look. Now,
go, George.
Matty, Whiskey D has chimed in again.
Oh, we love that. I love his comments.
So Whiskey D has said a thing or two, Matty, and
hopefully it's positive because he's always
it's positive. So here's a couple of brews. He's got a donated 2. Thank you, Whiskey D. Here's a couple of brews to warm your winter soul. Sorry I couldn't get them to you fellas before the big live stream. You reckon you should be aiming for value primos over chasing those uber price guns. Keep up the good contact list.
So those fallen primos, we're talking about those Brayshaws and those Parkers and those Hewitts and all
the
these. And the Docketies and the Ridleys.
The uber premiums like the Bonds, the Clarys, the Andersons.
The Andersons, chap.
At this rate, chap. If he does that scoring against Melbourne, what can he do against West Coast?
Chap, he's if you didn't see that view, obviously Anderson. Are you okay, George? You're sweating.
Can't believe he likes Matty's card.
I can't believe he likes.
So what do you think out of Whiskey D?
Well,
I reckon, look, if you have not seen the number 1 scoring team for this week, that is going to change your perception on the world. Because I saw it and I'm like, I hated life, I hated myself, I hated you.
Why?
I'm going to show you. I'm getting up the team now.
He had Petrarca, Oliver, he had Green and Kelly.
I'll show you the team.
And he had the Boont.
So the rankings.
And Butters.
The player that scored the highest this week was the Pendlebury, right?
The Pendlebury.
Now, look at his forward line. It's finished, okay? Just put Goulden in there, right?
Yeah, it's finished.
He's got Taranto, Dunkley, Rosie, Butters, Sheasel, and Goulden, right? Mm-hmm. So he's got pretty much the Butters to the Kinnear. That's fine. The ruck is the best you can have. You got the English and Marshall combo. Mm-hmm. Okay?
That's done.
Now go to the back line. He's got Dawson. He's got Dacos. He's got Stewart. He's got Siebel. And he got Sard with his McKenna on the bench. Mm-hmm. And he's got that Mitchell.
Yep. Those two boys.
Then his midfield is Bond.
So clearly he needs one more primo in the back line.
One more primo in the back line. His forward's done. His ruck's done. And you go to the midfield. Bont, Clary, Petrarca, Josh Kelly, Tom Green, Hopper, and there was going to be Chinchada on the field.
Wow, he's like about 6 trades away from a full team.
So that makes me think that it makes me want to go and kind of get the underpriced lines because I'm not going to be catching up to this guy by going after uber premiums when he's got his midfield has got 5 primos in it and the rest of his team he's got Tom Stewart and Dawson and Zeeble and Sard. And Sard didn't even play well. So that's why I think going for the underpriced premiums if you want to catch guys like the Pendlebury who got number 1. What do you think,
nice. Well, that's a great team.
That is a great team.
That's almost.
I thought it was hacked.
Yeah, I thought it was photo-chopped.
Now, Tyson Jack Cick comes in with 2 coffees. Had to do $10 for 1 coffee based on the way prices are heading. Loving the content, and at least PNet will make some cash. Ha ha ha. Just put the sound in versus English for sure. And he continues laughing. Matty, now, you had an argument with someone in the comments. I don't know. I was completely... I didn't even see it. Was it this guy?
No.
Oh, it wasn't.
His name was the Duke. I don't know if that's the Duke.
The Duke. Okay, so I don't know if Tyson Jackie is the Duke, but is there someone else giving you shit about PO? Or laughing.
Who knows?
All right, Engo has bought 4 coffees.
I love it.
The boys, I love your weekly podcast legends. Enjoy the banter, most of all the stats from the Jaws. I know you do, Engo. Don't even play. He does.
He hates it. He loves to see my reaction.
So that's it for the coffee shouts, but it's worth mentioning. Luke
Love
Pearsons has got it on the board as well, and Shane Marciolioni. We didn't get to go to the guys' other one because we didn't do this. Matty, can you read the leaderboard? I can't see it from here.
Who did you go from?
Let's go from the start, champ.
All right, so we've got the Wahab still sitting in best on ground, 3 votes from the
Love him.
Supercoach a non. Haven't seen you for a while.
Where have you been?
I know.
Almost said your name.
Unless he's done all those coffee puns, they're all done and dusted. Dave, turn it up. Has he been chatting to you, champ?
Yeah,
that's good.
He laughed at the comment where I said, Matty, you're looking sweaty.
Yeah. The Bruce and obviously our boys. The Bruce is coming out of the gates and has a hard target. Still managed to break in 3rd. Dean Fields, my boy. Whiskey DX, he just read him out. Benny T's still gone missing.
Engo's hit the board.
Oh, Engo has hit the board. He's got 5 goals straight with his donation. So thanks, Engo. Love him too. He always keeps an eye for my reactions when you read out the stats, and that's what that was about. And that's why it's funny.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
Give him a follow. Top Fear itself. He's got the pigeon. Chris Pritchard doing the things, and Jamie.
He's not on there. He's got relegated. That's how low you are, Jamie.
Wow, he's not even gone cold. He's just.
He's gone.
He's got the gravestone.
He's gone. We can't even fit you on the list, Jamie.
All right, Jules. Let's talk about something.
All right, now before we do, so you know Doc, right? How we traded in Wilkie. He wanted to shout it, and you know why? He wanted to shout it because he was saying.
He wanted a formal apology.
Yeah, he wants a form. So this guy, check this out, guys. Try not to laugh. He wanted a formal apology because we teased him about getting Wilkie, and because Wilkie top score for the Saints. Now, including that top score, Wilkie has averaged 78 points for him and lost over 25k. So what are we apologising for, Doc?
George, there's something you don't know.
What?
In that same trade where he got Wilkie, do you know who his second trade was?
Is it Rochelle?
It was Rochelle. And what did that dud get?
He
21.
Got 29.
So we apologise you to nothing, Doc. You need to apologise for us for making Jamie talk to us about mentioning that you deserve an apology. You do not deserve an apology. Wilkie is a dud and
Wilkie is averaging 78 in his last 3 games, Doc. You should be apologising again to us.
And then Rochelle?
Come on, Docky.
And
I don't remember mentioning Rochelle or Wilkie as trading options on this podcast, Docky. Now, all right.
That's enough out of you.
Not just yet.
Oh?
Reliable Dodo. How's Dangerfield going?
Oh, no. He was always trolling us, though.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he's never got him.
I know he never got him, but he wanted to, and he asked as a legit option. Where is he now? I told you he's going to get injured. Is it
5 weeks. Is it 4 to 5 weeks?
It doesn't matter. He's got a 50 now, mate. You'll be able to get him for 350.
Yeah, now we'll talk about him when he comes back after 6 weeks when he goes down in price. Then maybe. And even when he was playing, he was still scoring well, but he's still got 60% time on ground.
Anyway, let's get to the first game because everyone wants to hear the CBAs.
Engo, you can go away for 2 minutes if you want.
Engo, all right, number 1 CBA getter, Carlton. Pianet, 26. 22 to Hewitt. Heist, that's really weird.
Because he was tagging. He's tagging Neil. That's why
I'm bringing it up. So we talk about these role changes. Cripps, 21. Chera, 15. Walsh, 13. Doherty, 7. And Kennedy, 6. He looks too good to be the sub. Personally, I reckon Kennedy should never play a game as a sub. Again, he had 13 touches.
That's great.
And the goal for the Lions, Neil had 25 CBAs. Oscar McInerney, 23. Dunkley, 21. Ashcroft 15 and that shit score, and McLuggage 14. The kickouts. Now this is really, really bad because McKenna got 5 kickouts, the highest for the game for both teams, and still got that bad score. However, at least the upticks there with Rich in that team, that looks like a 20. Sada's got 4. Champ.
I'm covering.
Champ, this is why you're 11,000th in the Supercoach. You got to hear.
Yeah, I only started beating me 2 weeks ago.
Exactly, because all my fruit is paying off because of the stats.
George, you got Bond. You got Bond.
4 kickouts. McGovern 3, because I done the research.
I hate Bond.
Watch our McRae versus Bond video. Coleman 2, who's got injured for subs, so that could be even more for McKenna. Newman 1, Chera 1, Kemp 1, Andrews 1. Matty, any role change that you saw that you liked or you didn't like?
Oh, I loved it. Hewitt's a tagging role.
Hewitt's tagging role. That's one to watch.
It's 2 in a row. Hopefully he shuts down that Bond.
I don't think Bond can be shut down.
I don't think so either, but I can only hope, champ.
You can only hope.
He's the only player over 700,000, isn't he? Aaron player. Yeah. So there's no way I can get him anytime soon, even though I really want him, but I hate him.
You actually quit. I've seen you. You got 116k in the bank. So
Okay.
Yeah, you can get
I'm
him.
not going to spend that much money on a bunt. Not when there's Andersons and Parishes and... I'm just trying to cover up who I might be getting this week by naming
Andersons
some,
and...
some Took Millers. Jared Witzers against West Coast.
Now...
Wow, that's a captain option if you ever sought one. Jared Witzers.
Neil got 63. Now, he's going to be very tasty in time. Not much to talk about this game. Ashcroft got a pretty shit number. Oh, yeah. A lot of people on his chopping block, but the role was still there. A lot of people on the chopping block for McKenna, but his role was still there, Matty.
How was Dunkley for a superstar performance? 172 Dream Team, 149 SuperCoach, 22 kicks, 11 handballs and 11 marks with 13 tackles. He got the triple-double-double.
No, he got the quadruple-double.
He got the quadruple-double. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's why he scored. He even got 172 Dream Team. So Dunkley was a great
very good
pick, but he couldn't even outscore the Bond.
And Wilmot's 50, McKenna 46, Ashcroft 37. All those rookies are just coming crashing to some brick
How
walls.
good's Chinchilla? Can we just put him on the field and breathe a sigh of relief, Matty, or is it going to be one that we're going to have to watch a little bit?
You got to keep on doing the loopholes if you can. You know, like obviously
loopholes if you can.
You know, well, I had Chinchilla as an emergency loophole. It was out of him or Ryan, but then I saw what Ryan did, so I did not play Chinchilla.
Now, you watched the game. What's wrong with Cripps? Why did he only get 17 touches, wrecking some people's multis, and only 80 or so Supercoach, Matty? What do you reckon?
I just think he just couldn't... Well, he matched up on Dunkley for one, so that head-to-head was clearly favourable on one side only. Mm-hmm. He just wasn't near it. Like, the possession was clearly in all of the... You know, look at the possessions, you know, like... 33 from Dunkley, 29 from Jared Berry. Jared Berry doesn't get it. Hugh McNulty got 27. Like, clearly all of the midfielders stood out besides Neil, but that's because Hewitt was tagging Neil. And Chera did his job.
Chera's had another great game in a row.
Yeah, he's top 8 at the moment for midfielders.
Is he? Have you had a look at the cheeky top 8?
No, I just saw when I was trading in player, when I saw took Miller for a trade in, I saw Chera not too far by.
No, Anderson. I remember someone asked us like last week if you think
it was Dodo. It was Dodo.
Oh, he names every player under the sun, doesn't he?
He does. Dodo did a shout out. He's probably going to say I told you so.
And so what danger?
Yeah. So no, he never talked about danger. It was always about Anderson. That's who he meant the whole time. I don't know what happened to Paddy Cripps, but that's great for anyone that doesn't have him.
You're considering Cripps really strongly this week.
Was it this week?
Last week.
Yeah, and he both. Is that his second 80 in a row?
I think he got 150 the week before from
West Coast. I think I was going to get him in this week, but I went with Oliver instead. But I was never going to get Cripps when I saw the buys. It was either going to be Steele or
So you
Oliver.
didn't get Cripps, but you got Peanut in the
Peanut was... Well, that's right. I was going to get him regardless. But then I realised... Peanut was the second traded in player.
I can't wait. Guys, tune into the live Thursday potty for these ones. All right, that's not enough time talking about this shitty game. Let's go to the next shitty game.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, Holland's 51. He got 86 Dream Team and he got 51 Supercoach. That's pretty sad.
Everyone knows what these scored.
Yeah, everyone knows what they did. All right, the next shitty game.
What they don't know, Matty.
Sam Doherty, though, he comes back again, 111. So I think there's some...
Is he on the radar? He's on the radar.
Well, he's an underpriced player, isn't he?
500k or so thereabouts.
He's ready to rock. He's playing defence and midfield. I know you read those CBAs too fast and I was falling asleep.
No, I didn't read them fast. You just weren't listening, so you're not going to get to hear them, champ. Now, next game, Richmond versus West Coast. So if you're listening here, you won't have to ask it again. So the kick-ins, 8 to Hearn, which is really increases his floor if anyone wants to get him. Broad has got his season highest, the kick-outs with 5, and Daniel Rowley's only got 2. Not much else happening with 2 to Duggan, 2 to Witherden, 2 to Jermaine Jones, 1 to Veluston. Now the CBAs, Bailey Williams, 22. 20 for the Tim Kelly, 19 for Dom Sheed, and then it's Ginby with 11, Duggan with 11, Gaff 6, the guy who traded in Gaff or wanted to Gaff, how's he going? Xavier O'Neill 5, Waterman 5, Zane True 3, Petratelli 3, and Luke Edwards 3. For Richmond, Hopper 19, the highest CBAs for Richmond, which is really, really pleasing to see. Taranto 18, Samson Ryan 14. He really led the way in the ruck. Shai Bolton with his biggest game of the year, 14 CBAs, 13 to Miller, 12 to Short, being trialled as a midfielder, and only 9 to Prestia, but kicked those 3 handy goals, and 9 to Dusty.
Well, there you go, George. Let's go straight off to the big losers. Nothing's in the losers. No one should have any West Coast player.
No one should have any West Coast player. I do have Ginbey still, but you can't play him on the field. You have to loop him or not play him.
Or trade him if you haven't traded him already. Yeah. Oscar Allen, a bit sore. Kicked 4 goals in 88. You should have got rid of him last week. It's not much like he's relevant now. Tim Kelly, I've got 100. Okay, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no, don't worry about West
Dom
Coast.
Sheedy, very interesting, still cheap.
Mid-pricer, that's doing good, but it's not to complete your team, not go down.
Yeah, let's not go down.
So now, in Richmond, is anything good happening? People see 150 from Stroh Bolton or so. Is he a good trading option, or are they just smashing West Coast, like Carlton did last week?
They're just smashing West Coast. Taranto doing the things that he does. Jacob Hopper, Taranto got 118, Hopper 111, doing what we want him to do. Samson Ryan, good stuff, everybody that's got him. 104.
When he was 200k, I said, can we still bring him in? And you said no.
Chap, he was bringing him. He was doing 40s.
Yeah, but 200k.
He was
doing
a lot. Mate, he's never going to do it again. It's against West Coast.
Yeah, but now he doesn't need to do it again.
I know he doesn't. It's so good. He just has to keep going. He's almost
listen to me.
Listen to me. Oh, you didn't get him. I got him.
Yeah, because I couldn't at the time.
Yes, you could have. You picked someone stupider. Who'd you get instead? I don't know. Who cares? Who really gives the stuff? Jaden Short. Nah, no one's good. If you don't have, I think a Richmond game. Anyone that's got the owners, Baker's got that role. Again, but who knows?
No, I hate it.
I hate it too because you never know what. They're almost like the same player, Short and Baker. They just keep switching around. But again, you're not really going to pay attention to what Richmond did to West Coast because anyone that plays West Coast is going to boost up their money making scores. And that's what we got. Gold Coast is playing West Coast. Yeah,
are we expecting Gold Coast to trounce West Coast, or is it to be a little bit closer because they're both?
I think Jared Witts.
Oh no, Jared Witts is going to.
He's going to tap it down that Noah Anderson's throat, and there's going to be a record-breaking...
I'm kind of feeling that you can lead us Noah Anderson.
Record-breaking clearances at West Coast, I think.
Okay, can I ask you some questions? This is irrelevant to trade. I just want to pick your brain. I kind of feel like I know the answer anyway.
Okay.
Andrew Brayshaw, Jack Steele, Callum Mills, all around the same price. Who do we see averaging more from here on, and with Mills' record high CBAs.
So besides Brayshaw, Steele and Mills have different roles. Mills is now in the back line. I saw Steele at full forward. Did you see that game?
You did. You're saying
no, because I saw you. I saw you on Command and Conquer, and you were playing the executions pit while the North game was on. So no, you didn't watch it. You were playing.
If anyone watched that fucking game, I mean, I did tune in here and there to watch Jack Siebel.
All I'm saying is, when we get to that St Kilda,
I watched last quarter.
When you get to the St Kilda game, I want to know what
you want to know.
Steele, what he got CBAs because he was in the full line a lot, and he hardly touched. I think he got 20 odd touches, which was not his up to standards. 20 touches, I think. There you go. So back on your question.
So you're thinking Brayshaw?
We've been talking about him. Well, you've been talking about him mostly and touching him.
And you said no, George. No, George. He hasn't even got 100. He said two, George.
Well, okay. So when he was 5'8", you should have got rid of him. Now he's how much? 5'2".
5'2", 5'3".
Now, like, it's not a stupid idea. Like, if you think now they've actually said, "Oh, my legs are all good now." Like
he said that last week
to play this week.
It's the week before.
No, it was this week.
No, because after he played Brisbane, he said his knee was fine.
Well, clearly it was fine this week.
Well, he had the same possessions. He just scored.
I hate Mills. I think he's a waste of space. So I'll probably go.
Okay, but
Brayshaw and Steele and Mills is my answer to your question.
Brayshaw, Steele, and Mills.
Yep.
Okay. Where would you put De Goey in that conversation? A bit cheaper than them? Not at all. Below all three of them.
Yeah.
De Goey below all three of them.
Probably just. I reckon from now on he'll probably average the same as Mills.
Okay. Now I'm chucking in Doherty in that mix. Where do you put Doherty in that mix?
Probably third from Steele, after Steele.
So it'll be Brayshaw,
Steele,
Doherty, Mills, De Goey. Okay.
What about you?
I also want to ask you to chuck a Sinclair in the mix.
Sinclair will probably be equal to Steele.
Equal to Steele? So equal second?
Depends what you need.
Interesting.
It depends what you need. Like...
I need a hero.
Yeah. I need a hero. I'll probably.
Oh, so you're asking me. Number... Because
what
I like Mills. Because I need someone that's a big pod that can belt out some big scores.
We had this from pre-season day one. Mills,
but now he's 120.
Mills is average what he's average and he's priced what he's priced at the start of the year because he got that 225.
Yes, but he hasn't got that yet.
He's never going to get it again.
Why?
Because he's not.
Anyway.
He's not.
We'll wait to the CBAs because he's got an uptick in CBAs this week.
He's not playing that. Anyway. Yeah, okay.
Are we done with West Coast?
Oh,
I don't want to speak about West Coast.
Oh, who cares?
I actually like this game. Geelong versus Adelaide Crows. I like every Adelaide game because I have Laird and Dawson.
I hated it.
CBAs. Tom Atkins for the Cats. 24 with blitz serves. Matty, I'm going to punch you right in the face.
I'm not even doing it on purpose.
Segler, 21. Tanner Braun, if anyone's keen on him, he got 17 CBAs. Dangerfield, 15. And off, Holmes only 10. And Neverton O'Connor with 2. For Adelaide, Riley O'Brien, 23. Laird, 23. Dawson, 22. All the midfielders you want. And Sloan starting to creep back up to 16. Matt Crouch, 11. Saligo, 10.
He was a sub too, 11.
Yeah. And Rochelle, 5 only. So his role is tapering off.
8
Alarm
touches.
bells, Docky boy. Now, for the kickouts, it was a big monopoly for Brodie Smith, who had 7. 3 to Tom Stewart only. 3 to Hinge. 2 to Duncan. 2 to Malira. 1 to Chase Jones.
Oh, yeah, I saw him. It was last quarter.
1 to Duday. Okay? All done, Matty. Now, what did you like? What did you didn't like? What did you see role-wise that you liked?
Dawson's just such a superstar of the competition. He was like on 90 at halftime, but he's still done nothing. He's done that 2 weeks in a row where he just dies in the second half, which
He can die on 122 any
day of the week. I know. Rory Laird, he looks pretty cheap and tantalising. He's
40 tackles. Why the?
I know. He only got 21 touches. He's lucky we had him under. He's
Was
just
he tagged? I'm pretty sure I was watching that. He was
Champ,
with
he wasn't-
Atkins was with him at every kind of thing.
But he was the one. He did 14 tackles. And Especk's tackles was who cares? That's 14
8
tackles.
max home.
Yeah, 8 to Max Holmes. But Rory Laird was just a tackling machine. 102. That's 2 102s and 104s in a row. He's going down. He's got to break even 150.
He can get it.
He's
What I liked about Rory Laird, 81% time on ground and 14 tackles. So his tackling's gone up. His time on ground's gone up. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I think he can bounce it out. Let's get the Chase Jones. 16 touches, 65 Supercoach points. His wing roll doesn't look good. How he scored so much last week, I'll never know.
He kicked those goals in the dying moments.
Now, he's still got a low break even, Matty.
Oh, he's
but
still
after
got-
that, it's time to go after he gets that 70.
Oh, well, look, he's already made me. Yes, it is. So I'll say
Yes, it is.
If he doesn't match his 108, 113 that he did, clearly he's going to go. So he's already made me 70. What's that, George?
About 74k.
So about 74k. So again, if he gets what's his projected? If he gets a 70, he makes another 14. So almost 100k he'll make me. He'll get like 90k. Hopefully he gets a nice big juicy number. I don't have to get rid of him yet. But again, he's playing St Kilda. Hopefully.
Oh, so I'm going to have to bag him against me and bag P in it. This is going to be so much fun. I've never had to bag shit players before.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. I know. So I know that's what's funny. I've got no comeback besides. That's my comeback.
You got me.
Yeah, good one.
I don't want to look for Tom Stewart play though. I don't want to watch him again.
No one else there. They're the main.
Let's talk about Tom Stewart.
Yeah, Tom
What
Stewart.
do you say about his game? He's the loose in the fence. He should be. This is a game.
He had a really slow start. Very slow start. He wasn't on much.
So I remember Radically, it was like 10 points. I'm
Yeah.
like, go Rats!
Yeah, Tom Stewart was not. Then he started peeling off the Phil Thorpe and getting the touches that he deserves. But look, to be honest, only 2 players from Cats in a winning team got over 100, and that was Max Holmes and Blitzarves. Tom Stewart, respectively, was third. A lot of 80 pluses. There was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Very even team, Geelong. They always have been even.
They've been sharing it around. Radically still gets an 88. Good for him. Hawkins only kicked 1 goal, still gets a 91. Good for him.
And he's made a lot more money as
He's
well.
made so much more money. Now, that Simpson, he came in and he smashed a couple of goals. He was looking I was looking like, uh-oh.
Because I wanted Simpson.
You went with that Agwin, didn't you?
Because I couldn't afford him. I had no more money to get. I really wanted Simpson.
Well, Geordie's
over
already
this
given away his teams against Matty. He's got no more money left to even afford a Simpson.
I don't.
I know, so that's the point I'm at.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
It's not you're going to stop me.
Oh, we'll see. With Chase Jones and Peanut Jam coming in hot. Anyway, Sam Simpson.
Watch them, because them 2 duds had a dud game. I reckon both of them are going 100 plus. I reckon Peanut's going to out-tap English for sure.
Oh, easily.
Easily.
We know that. And didn't you say tag me in that
Yeah, the Peanut is the number 1 for...
most advantage. He has to advantage. Well, look, he's got another 2 weeks before he gets traded out. But anyway, moving forward, George, I don't want to talk about this game anymore.
Well, what about, what's his name?
There's no one else besides Stewart.
Jeremy Cameron's got an 87?
Okay, cool. Jeremy Cameron's got 87 if you didn't hear
Oh, well, you already probably know if you have Jeremy Cameron. So you looking at bringing in Laird, or you're going to be waiting?
Okay, no, Lairdy's still got he's getting rid of a big 120 and he's only got 104 and 102 in his name.
Hopefully he gets another 150.
So hopefully he can get down to the mid to high.
Another great game. Gold Coast and Melbourne, Matty, the CBAs. What is happening there? Let us talk about the kickings first. May has got 6.
Wow.
Atkins, check this out, has the most for Gold Coast with 5.
Riveting.
Atkins had 5. So Powell had 4, Atkins had 5. Lukosius went back for a cheap 2. Bowie had 1, Matty.
So Atkins is playing defending?
He's playing like what Constable's role.
Right.
Like how, you know how Constable played, the couple of kickouts that's playing back. So he does play back there.
Is that because Weller's out?
Well, I think he played a similar kind of role last week as well when Weller was in, but he did get more kickouts because Weller was out. So
interesting.
It'll be an interesting talking point about trading him in at his price, especially because he's playing West Coast as well. Now, CBAs, Witts had 24, highest for Gold Coast. Then David Swallow with 23, Rao with 22, Anderson, the hot boy of the week, for 21, and then it's Davies with 10, Fiorini with 6 only, Marby with 4, Flanders 1, Roses 1, and for Melbourne, 24 to Clary. What's what you want to see? And this is really concerning if you're a Petrarca owner beside him getting 120.
Yeah.
20 to Viney and 15 for Petrarca, 14 for Grundy and Gawn, splitting it right down the middle, and Sparrow 12.
Was Brayshaw in there at all?
Negative. He had an uptick in the last couple of weeks, but no, that's gone away ever since, and he's had no. But he's been scoring a bit better lately.
He sure has.
And he's in the fours.
So let's go with the winning team by 5 points. Melbourne D's over the Suns. Oliver got tagged and still just managed to just go berserk.
He really did. You can't. I mean, I saw him. It was a good tag as well.
There was a bit of a lull. Someone got off injured. Who was it? Ballard? Yeah, Ballard got a big knock, and then just like Clay, and after that, Clary went berserk again.
That's like the Brisbane
lights. Like he just came back on and just went berserk. So Clary came back on and just went berserk again. Max Gawn, wow, what he was on nothing, and then
he's so good at those intercept marks, and
he just soared,
kicks
like
2 goals, 90% game time.
Yeah.
Like if you compare him and Grundy, right? Grundy can play a full game because we've seen him play full games. But when Gawn comes on, he literally only gets like 68% time on ground, and Gawn gets 90.
Well, that's what happened today.
So Grundy's got heaps of petrol in the tank, right? Grundy's got heaps of petrol in the tank, and they just don't use him because there's just nowhere to use him. So,
no. Well, Grundy was on like 3 touches at halftime.
And one of them was a goal. So,
and he ended up on 6 with 16 hitouts and 2 goals. So,
and that's a really inflated score because of those 2 goals. Like,
oh yeah,
he's going to score lower than 60.
Yeah,
he can.
Well, the good news is for everyone that doesn't have him, Van Roonen gets a 48, not making any more money.
And suspended for 2 games.
Van Roonen.
Yep.
Why don't you have him? Why don't you have? So suspended for 2 games. Chandler. Oh, that's good to see. He got 50. Why couldn't he get a 37 dream team? Anyway, he done 10 touches and a goal, 57. It's still good enough for a rookie, but
I think the Chandler owners have made plenty of cash on it, but they ain't worrying too much.
Oh, I don't think they are either. Kaiser Pickett, George 74. What do you think?
Oh, I don't even know. Kaiser.
That's what you got to say.
I think the Kaiser experiment.
Moving on to the big Suns. That Noah Anderson Jaws 189 from.
How did he score this, Matty? Where did it come from?
It came from some goals. It came from some goal assists. It came from clearances. He was everywhere.
85% time on ground, 81% efficiency, 10 clearances, 17 contested possessions, 1 goal, 6 tackles, and a bunch of posies. Matty, is this his high score of the year? Are we chasing this score? Is that what we're doing?
Of course we are. But
what can we expect from him? What do you think, Matty, he averages from here on to the end of the year? Let's be honest and reasonable with ourselves without being too much drawn into this huge
I know what
number.
you're saying. It's an LDU trap. It's, you see LDU for the first 2 games, get 140 and 145, whatever.
But that was LDU. I was never sucked into LDU.
Okay, so first
but
of all,
I'm sucked into Noah Anderson.
Oh, everyone's sucked into Noah because
of course, it's 189 is better than 140.
Oh no, there's a lot of upside to Noah Anderson with obviously the buy rounds.
Absolutely.
Took Miller been out for how long do you think? Is there any update on your boy?
I think it's going to be medium term.
It's another 10 weeks.
That sounds like long term.
It's an 8. I think he's still out for a while.
Well, regardless, I don't think he's scoring better because Miller's out.
Well, it's not a coincidence that he's got 144 and 189.
Well, the thing is, he's getting the same CBAs. He's not getting more CBAs that took Miller's out. So
yeah, maybe you're right, Jules. Maybe you are right. So took Miller's still to be confirmed, Jules. So we don't even know.
Yeah, that's why I said medium term.
But you can't even say that. They haven't even confirmed if it's medium or not. But, what can we think? Let's have a look at the Gold Cards injuries. Took Miller is still
TBA.
is to be announced. So his knee, return to play. Nothing is really talked about Took Miller. So, George...
But is Took Miller going to really affect Noah Anderson's score that much?
All right, well, if we look at Noah Anderson's score, George... Yeah, I think so.
Well, what did he score last week? Because Took Miller wasn't playing last week. I know he's got 144.
Okay. This is what I'm saying. Why
are you clicking on Noah Ainsworth?
Because I thought it was Noah Anderson. Sorry, yeah. Noah Ainsworth. All right, so Geordie, his break-even's 9.
Yeah, okay.
Against West Coast.
Okay, we're not getting him to make money. Okay,
well, why not?
We're not making.
he could be my ticket to Bond.
If you're trading him in, you're not going to be trading him out.
All right, so ever since Took got injured against North, he got 144 and 189.
Well, Took got injured pretty early in the North game. He only scored 89 against them.
Definitely, but even with Took in the field, he got 134 against Saints.
But we're reading of the 71 that he got with Took in the field.
Well, yeah, who knows? Maybe it's time to shine. So look, it's obviously.
But against the West Coast, it's real tempting because you think it's going to be in the 140 realm.
Champ, he's number 4th most traded in player.
That's the people that's not in your team. So I'm gathering there could be some extra ones.
No one's going to be getting Chase Jones or Peanut Champ. So
I know they're not getting them, Champ, but there could be some other ones.
Blake Drury, Roy Atkins, Josh Weedle, and Noah Anderson. Anyway, all seriousness, Noah Anderson against West Coast. Good for the bye.
It is good for the bye. It's good for the soul.
Clearly, Jared Witt's coming back into form and dominating in the ruck. 35 hitouts against Gawn and Grundy, and still feeding it to Ainsworth. Besides those two, Ferrini played an okay game. I thought he was going to go bigger. He scored an 81. I thought he was going to go bigger for the score that he was.
Only 6 CBAs for him.
Yeah, Roy Atkins is going to be another talking point. Like I just said, he was like the second most traded in. Obviously, he's on his bubble. He's got some good scoring potential when he used to play for Adelaide. It was about 75 and 80 play, but he's a bit of an old bloke. But clearly he's taken some kick-outs. Clearly there's some upscale to him with also having the bye and have
inflated price, playing West Coast.
Inflated price. So this is...
You can probably loop him.
So he averaged 78, 76, 75 in his full... Pretty much a 75, 76 average player when he played 4 or 5 years in a row. But since 2019, he has only played just like maybe 20 odd games. That's it. So in 4 seasons. Gold Coast... I still don't know about his job security because...
I don't know either.
He is cheap. He is the only decent one on the bubble. I don't know if you can trust Weddle. Yeah, that's another one. But besides those two, you're going to be...
Or you can go earlier on Jury.
That's what I was going to say. But
so it's going to be one of those 3. Or 2 of those 3 if you need to.
Well, they're the most traded in players. So as far as the rookies go, Blake, Drury, Atkins and Weddle are the 1, 2 and 3.
We'll get into their games when we cross them. Is there anything else you want to talk about on this game, Matty?
No, nothing much besides Ainsworth and Atkins are the only really ones. And just an honourable mention.
Witts, would he be a good trade-in option if you need a ruckman?
He's who I'm going to be eyeing for when P-Net gets a 30.
I hope. But I don't think it's going to be his Tim English. As much as Tim English is a star, he's not a very good opposing ruckman.
So Jared Witts I think he still is going to be dropping. Well, not really. He's going to be playing West Coast. And
he's going to get again a big
so
scale.
If Rowan Marshall is going to be one of those guys, they're going to be maybe 2 to 3 weeks. I think he's going to be okay. Or if you still got Grundy, I would strongly suggest Jared Witts vice captain him on a Friday night against West Coast
or Tim English and just stitch up your season.
Oh, yeah.
Because Tim English is looking real good, Matty. And speaking of Tim English, we got the Giants and the Dogs next.
Okay, well, let's talk about them.
Because the Giants and the Dogs, Matty, God, I just F myself in the face every time I do a trade because I traded out Tom Green when he was injured because I didn't want to get that Roberts' 19. Now, let's do some kickouts because Whitfield's enjoying a nice 5 kickouts while Bailey Dale's getting 4. Isaac Cumming and Dale, both the fallen Premiums, they've lost over 100k each. Cumming is 3 kickouts. Ed Richards, 3 kickouts. Joe Henderson, 3 kickouts.
Keep going.
I
can't even. It's not even on
Matty,
purpose.
listen.
I'm listening.
You're so fucking stupid.
Chance, your voice just soothes me. It makes me want to go to sleep.
Get off me.
Get off me.
23 CBAs to Tim English. 23 to Bond, the 2 highest in the game with some Bulldogs. So 22 to Libba, so they're using Libba and Bont in there, and then it just goes all the way down to Caleb Daniel at 13 CBAs, Treloar 12 and injured, McRae only 11 even with that injury, and Rory Lobb with 4. For the Giants, Tom Green had the most with 22, Josh Kelly with 20, Cornelio with 19, Flynn with 14, Himmelberg with 13, Perryman with 13, and some disgusting stuff I saw in the last quarter, Toby Bedford with 7. Matty, did you watch this game?
Oh, yeah.
Were you sick of the Bont?
I was... Oh, look, I'm always sick of the Bont in English to getting up there because obviously the most popular picks that I don't have. So, of course, it's always disappointing. And I still don't know how I'm still catching and staying above the high scores, like, without them. So I don't know what I'm doing right without the Bont, but I'm still hanging in there, George. It's only 100 points.
Hanging there, champ.
I'm still hanging on. I need to find a way to get the Bont just to get that edge. But no, the Bont always upsets me and makes me cry, and that schnoz just needs to be cut down a few, and hopefully George Short will be doing it this week. So I'm praying for George to...
26 contested positions, man. It never happens.
No, wow, that's a record.
It actually is Bont's highest contested
That's
positions
what I mean.
ever.
It's a record.
And he had his highest clearances.
He was on his way because they reckon they were talking about Paul Salmon from Hawthorn when he played for Hawthorn, got 22, and at half time he was already on 11 clearances. So too bad, Bont. You're not that great.
164.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's fucking. It's nothing. It's nothing to Noah Anderson or Zeeble.
Sure.
But yeah, besides Bont in English, there's such superstars in the competition.
0 for Bailey Smith, by the way.
McRae, what a disappointment. Treloar Geordie was never thinking about getting him, but talking about getting him.
24 touches. He went off injured as well. He only played like a half a game.
He knew it straight away. I don't know if you saw it. He's just like, as soon as he fell down, no emotion, no nothing. He knows the drill. He knows the drill.
And Troy only played 54% game time. He's on his way to 120.
Oh, yeah. Geordie, what do you think about Oscar Baker?
He's on the bench, playing pretty shit. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets dropped.
George, did you get rid of Liam Jones this week?
Yes, I got rid of Liam Jones and Ridley.
Oh, I wish I got rid of Ridley.
I told you to get rid of Ridley. Did you get rid of Setterfield?
No. I still got him too. I got rid of Gibney. So my exclusions weren't that bad. I got rid of Jones, Gibney and Grundy to get Oliver, Piernet and... Chinchotta. Chinchots. All right, let's move our way to the big GWS Giants. Tom Green, I kept him. I've got to ask this stupid question.
Yes, please.
You kept Will Day. You had Will Day before he got that big dumping tackle.
Yep.
You had him on the bench for 2 weeks.
Yes.
You couldn't wait an extra week for Tom Green.
I could, but I would have to have got a 19 on the field, which would have ruined my season.
Okay. Tom, well, 19s, you had Joneses and Stewarts before.
No, it was in the midfield. It was the week where there was many zeros. Zeros are plenty.
Zeros are plenty. Well,
especially because Dave was not playing that week either. I think
this is bullshit. So Tom Green got 170.
Dream team.
And then 135 SuperCoach, kicked 3 goals. If that's a Bont, that's a 200. Oh my goodness,
but it's not a Bont, and he never will be.
No one's ever going to be that.
I think that's great. I think you got Tom Green. That's great. I would love to have Tom Green in my team.
Josh Kelly was going really.
Trading him back in.
Fair enough. Josh Kelly was very slow, but then he just went berserk in the second half. Buckley, again, doing the things that he's doing. Whitfield's just been the pigeons, getting 30-odd touches. That's his second 100 in a row.
Trev, I literally don't know how Buckley keeps on getting 99s. He's never got over like 22 possessions. And he's been... it doesn't make any sense.
Man, his shittest number is 76, and that's his first game. And he's got 99, 99, 80, 78, 87, 91, 99. That is...
And he doesn't even get a lot of possessions. He only gets like 20. Like he's never got more than like 21 or 22 touches.
His Bont's cousin, did you know?
He's not.
He's Bont's cousin.
He's not Bont's cousin.
He gets inflated all the time. He's 409...
I'm Bont, you're like Buckley. You're my cousin.
He's just as... I don't think so. He's just as much as...
You don't have Bont.
Huh?
Yeah, you get Buckley. I'm Bont.
I'm not Bont. I don't have Bont. I don't have Buckley.
Bont.
You know, you can be Bont. That big ugly schnoz of yours.
Thank you.
Anyway, let's back to who.
Back to who's who.
Back to who's who. Nothing really else. Angwin champ. Everyone got him in, including yourself, not me. Ankle trapped under English is champ. You can't get your ankle trapped under English. That big tall giraffe. You're never going to get up out of that.
Yeah, he didn't come back on after that.
Yeah. Do you reckon he'll be subbed out?
He would have been subbed out if they didn't already use the sub.
Oh, they might give him a managing role this week, which is always handy. Adrian, what a joke. It's dodging these doggy midfielder shell. You're picking up every shit rookie you could possibly get, aren't you?
There's not really. Only 8.
Well, Agwin, Roberts.
Everyone's got Roberts.
I know, everyone's got it, but like, Is there any other shit rookies that you didn't get? Matt Johnson? No, not Matt Johnson. You didn't get Champ. Who? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Well, all right, you're doing all right then. Okay, fair enough. I'm sure your bench looks better than a lot of other benches, that's for sure. All right, let's get out of this game,
Who knows? Aikman could play with playing. Now, Matty, do you like Libba as a top 8 midfielder?
No.
His possessions are pretty good. Before that...
No, who knows? He could be in the forward line by the time we know it.
But he's and banter, the ones that are consistently getting the high CBAs.
Well, they're winning games, so maybe it's a trend.
What do you think of Whitfield as a sneaky pod? 31
I think
touches?
he's 4 or 5, 450,000 in the back line. He's sure to get injured soon, is he not?
You say that same thing about English, but he keeps on pumping out 124s and 151s if the dream team.
He got 40 hit-outs.
Yeah, but who to? Who to? That's why his dream team is about 25 high. Let's get to the next game.
Yeah, that's just...
What is the next game?
Freo Hawks, champ. Can you please read me some really riveting CBAs on
Matty,
this one?
do you want to hear about Brayshaw's CBAs and all that?
Oh, we know he's in the midfield, champ.
But is he more than Sarong? Is he less than Sarong?
I think he'll be more than Sarong.
Let's do some kickouts first. So Luke Ryan had 5. Then Sicily only had 3. Sam Mitchell had 3.
Good on you, Sam.
2 to Scrimshaw, 1 to Hayden Young only, and 1 to the Weedle, going in Joshy. CBAs, for Freo, Sarong led the way with 23, then was Darcy with 22, Brayshaw with 22, Amira against his old team, they put him in there for 21. Also, Matt Johnson and Brody were out, so that left some more spots in the midfield. Jackson with 9, Erasmus with 8, and 5 came on as a sub and got 6 CBAs in the midfield.
Interesting.
So that's very interesting.
Is this 6% or 6 CBAs?
6 CBAs.
Very nice, 5.
And then for Hawthorn, number 1, Connor Nash, get out of it. He's taken it away from my Hawthorn players. 21 to Will Day, 21 to Newcomb, 17 to the Warpedo, 15 to Reeves, and 14 to Meek for award.
I said something stupid last week in my theory about Hawthorn tanking. Why would you not play Bruce and Giath? At a team that you could potentially beat.
Could that potentially be? They lost by like 60 points.
Because there's no Giath. Giath is a young, fit superstar guy.
Is he? Because he gets injured a lot.
Well, he wasn't injured.
Well,
and Bruce is
niggles they're carrying. And Bruce is a fucking 37-year-old.
And why
man.
would you play Bruce over Fergie Green? Fergie Green didn't even kick the ball.
Fergie Green has been in some good form. They always play Fergie Green. He's played all season.
He's been in the shittest form ever since Mitch Lewis came back.
He's literally had 2 bad games in a row now. And one of them he was subbed off.
Since Mitch. Whatever.
So they're tanking.
Oh, yeah. I think so. Chad, that was an easy win.
Now, that's a really good score for Sicily. 63. You might be very cheap in a couple of weeks.
I don't trust them anymore. I don't trust... No.
Because they're tanking?
Yeah, because they're tanking. Will Day, again, he played very well in the midfield, but then they put him in the forward line again. And it's just ridiculous.
26 and a goal for Day?
That's what I mean. Like, he was on 25 at three-quarter time, and then they put him in the forward line in the last quarter.
What was he on the three-quarter time?
25 touches.
Okay.
25 touches. So
if you heard the CBAs, you get what he usually gets. I mean,
I was upset my multi lost on this one.
What did you have that failed you? You obviously didn't have Connor Nash over.
I had Will Day over.
What was the over?
It wasn't 26.
It was higher than 26 and you put the over. That's 20.
Was it the under?
So if you put...
I don't know. Who cares? I lost it. It's not the point.
It is the point.
Yeah, it's not the point. Anyway, I fucking hate Hawthorn. They're just so shit. Chan, let's go to the Dockers. This is where the talking points are at.
Brayshaw.
Yeah.
34 touches, 2 goals, 8 tackles. Similar to last week with his 30 plus and 2 goals. Has he piqued your interest?
No, I think he's a good pick. Like, as in...
He's piqued it!
He's piqued the
interest. He's piqued the interest still. He's like, oh, Matt, you want these 150s?
No.
You want these 150s? He's getting Anderson. Are you getting Anderson? Are you getting Anderson?
Could be. Maybe. Should be.
Who do you want me to get the least?
I want you to trade out Bont.
I'm not going to trade out Bont, but who do you want me to trade in the least if I have to bring in a primo? Like, who do you not want me to trade the most?
I like the players that you got. Like, I don't like anyone else in your team. Like, I don't like anyone that's not in your team.
Okay, so Anderson. Would you want me to get Anderson or a Cripps? Or,
You're not going to get Cripps.
I'm not going to get Cripps.
Okay. I don't think... If you want to get an Anderson, you can get an Anderson.
Okay. Would you rather get an Anderson or a Brayshaw?
Anderson.
You want me to get Anderson more than Brayshaw?
I'd rather you get Anderson than Brayshaw. Yeah.
You want me to beat the shit out of you? Look at the vice captain.
Look at the vice captain. So you already thought about it, champ.
Of course. He plays the first game Friday night. Get out the popcorn. Watch Anderson destroy the West Coast Eagles.
Champ, all right, look. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, Jules. I don't know what this is. What I'm thinking about doing.
Okay,
right?
we'll talk it out loud so the audience can hear.
All right, Ridley.
And also, before you do, sorry about the guys on Spotify. We've done a live video. We can't post the lives on Spotify. So if you missed the live where there's absolute banter and it was the best, jump onto YouTube to watch the live. We might do another live this Thursday, Matty.
Why not?
Why not? You heard it right here. Let him use it.
Why though? Yeah, Jules.
All right. So what are you doing, Matty? You're obviously out of boosts.
I don't need them.
I'm just asking. So you're obviously out of boosts, right?
Yeah, I am.
You are out of boosts. Okay. So what are you thinking of doing? Is that because you got Ridley still, so he has to go. Mm-hmm. And who else is going? Oscar Baker. Mm-hmm. And who's coming in?
Atkins and Anderson.
Ooh, you can afford Atkins and Anderson. That's pretty good. You're going to do that, aren't you? Oh, yeah. That's nice. I don't want
And not only that, Atkins will be on the bench option too as an emergency.
You can get Josh Weddle and Brayshaw and save some money.
So who should I get? Josh Riddle and Drury. And do a double upgrade next week. That's using my thinker.
Yeah.
No, so Ridley goes out. I'll put Will Day back in the back line where he belongs.
Apparently belongs on the forward line.
Oh, apparently. And then I'll put Taranto back in the midfield so I can get Atkins as an emergency. Right? Yep. Plays Friday. If he does good, Roberts comes on, Chinchilla comes off. If he does shit.
Chinchilla comes off.
Well, who else am I going to take off?
Can you put Chinchilla on for Jones?
I don't know. What Jones?
Chase Jones.
No, Chase Jones is a superstar champ.
All right.
I'm
getting rid of Setterfield, I think, this week, Matty.
That's pretty nice.
When I get to the stats, I'll let you know that he had 0 CBAs.
I saw he was on the wing the whole game.
Did not look good there.
Yeah, Setterfield, can't afford to get rid of him just yet.
No, you won't be able to afford to not get rid of him soon.
Lost the mic, just keeps to the ball. All right, let's get back to the game. Brayshaw doing the things. Luke Ryan's still doing the things. Sarong.
Luke Ryan is on this massive streak. I wish I could be brave. Maybe we'll get him after his bye.
Let's talk about Sean Darcy. What happened to him? 77 Supercoach.
I mean, he got 38.
Piggy Net scored better than him.
Yeah, I know. He had a very, very poor game. He had 38 hitouts. I just don't think they went to very many Freemantle players.
He was doing shit for 3 quarters.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
really
not
bad.
ideal. Maybe because there was injury rumours about him all week. Maybe they had a little bit to play, but I really like him this week versus Sydney.
I know a friend of mine that made him captain in one of our cash leagues. Thinking
if you made him captain, he's no friend of mine. Now, because obviously Reeves done really good against English last week. Why would you make Darcy captain? It just bewilders the mind of some stupidity.
Reeves was sore and injured straight away, and he only got a 37.
Yeah, but Meek wasn't.
Meek was at the top of the ladder.
Because he was playing his old club.
He was playing his old club. Anyway.
Matty. Now, you have insistently, time and time again, told me that you don't see Ladhams as a ruckman or a person.
Yes.
Now, Darcy is playing Sydney, am I mistaken?
Yes, he is.
Now, that's not a bad matchup. Would you recommend... No, we'll get into the vice-captains later. Right. But, if you don't get 130
against Ladhams... Well, Sydney just looks shit all year this year. All right, champ. Port Adelaide, Brisbane,
we're already moving on.
Port Adelaide. I just want to get through these CBAs and kick-ins.
Champ, if you read them, you actually might learn. What game Port Adelaide?
Why don't you just post them and then...
Because people want to hear them from
they can see them.
Voice. 23 CBAs to Rosie, the highest in the game for Port Adelaide.
He was on a shocker start, but he came good.
And Zach Butters almost on a knee injury, came back on the ground with 18 CBAs. He was 5 higher than everyone else, Rosie. Horn Francis with 17, another good game from him. Teakle 16, Wines 15, has to be injured. 13 to Finlayson and 12 to Drew, 1 only to Boak. And for the Bombers, Darcy Parish 23.
Wow.
Merritt 21, he had a huge jump from last week, who was primarily used as a winger. Draper 20, Stringer 16, Dylan Shield 12, Hobbs 10. Perkins 4, Phillips 9, even Cordwell 1, but Setterfield got 0 kick-ins, Matty. With Ridley off, who do you think benefited?
McGrath? I don't know. That stupid Redmond.
Redmond got 7, McGrath got 7.
There you go.
Burton got 4, Dylan Williams got 2, Heppel got 2, Ridley got 2 and off injured. 1 to Aaliyah, 1 to Houston, 1 to Zerk Thatcher, 1 to Nicky Hind, Matty Zoo.
Well, everyone is just falling off, so really it needs to be out of your team. Setterfield looks like he's almost out the door, if not out the door already.
He was on 34 or something at quarter time. He was on a good score.
No, I know.
So what happened?
He didn't
touch it.
No, that's what
happened.
He got 16 touches, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, so
I had him for the under, which was really good.
He didn't touch it either. Alwyn David Jr., he looked like he was going to go berserk and then just stopped. He actually went down since quarter time. I think he was like on 30-something.
What happened?
I
think he says with Alwyn David, I'm surprised why he isn't subbed out. I mean, it probably would have been subbed out if Ridley wasn't subbed out because he runs out of petrol
so quickly.
Really, really quickly.
Like in the first quarter. He played really good first quarter. Obviously Merritt and Parrish are doing the things.
Parrish another 37. Why isn't he scoring like he used to? He's got 22 contested possessions.
Yeah, but
that hardly ever happens according to you.
No, it doesn't. It's almost a record. Almost.
And he's still scoring shit. Why?
59% efficiency. Probably the kicks were crap.
I kind of like him. I mean, he can kind of turn around. Surely.
I think. Look, at the end of it was a very close match. There was a lot of inflating going on the Port Adelaide side. Obviously, it's 5 points in it, and it was pretty close. Andrew Phillips had an opportunity to win, and he couldn't, and he's a dud. But besides Parrish, Merritt, that's about it. Big talking points there. Setterfield, so Parrish and Merritt, if you at this stage of the year, if you don't have those two Essendons, you shouldn't have any Essendons, really.
I like Parrish more than Merritt. That's because Parrish's CBAs don't seem to be moving, but Merritt's
are fluctuating in and out.
Big time. I don't know what they're doing with him. I don't know if they said, we'll try you on a wing. It didn't work. Now, we'll try you back in midfield.
Yeah, well, he did get 10 tackles. He did look like he was trying all game. Parrish just looked seamlessly getting the ball. Effort, like just got the ball. Anyway, Zach Butters, what a game he had. 125, very good. He was in the top team of the rounds team this week. Connor Rose, I thought he was going to get under 100 and he'd done okay to bounce back. Horny Francis got 109 with 22 touches, 20 touches, good on him. No one really else. Ollie Wines, who cares? No one's going to be getting him on his form. Let's have a look there.
Well, Wines be one that you'd consider if they coach said, look, he's been dealing with an injury, but now he's back to full fitness? Or would you need to see a couple of big tons from him first?
I'll answer you that with he's 412,000.
Cheap as dog shit.
If you got him, what are you going to do? Maybe as a bench option. If they come out in round 17 to say, he's going to be playing full midfield, I'll get him then. You know
who's another one who's a sneaky one that I kind of like? It's Matt Kennedy, Carlton. Because he's been subbed a couple of times.
Do you know who I like as well as the downgrade? Is Bytel. I always liked him as a player. He's had the sub on 3 times in a row. 3 times.
He's going to be 102k, is that right?
I know. Like his first round where he played a full game, he got a 71. Yep. And I loved him in the preseason too.
Then he got injured with a cut.
Then he got injured. Then he been sub in round 5 and 8. So as soon as he gets a full game, I would go straight on him because he's still ladder full. He's just it's the same price as Whittle, and there's more upside.
Yeah, but if he's getting subbed that many times, can we even trust him if he's playing a full game to not be subbed off?
I like his job security more than Whittle's at the moment. I do. Clearly they like him and he's a good
Get up, Matt Kennedy.
Matthew Kennedy is $376,000. He's already lost over $150,000 reduce.
And he's going to be losing more dollar reduce.
He's going to be losing more dollar. His break-even is 152. Wow.
He's had I think 2 or 3 sub games in a row.
His first games, round 1, round 2, he had a 96 and 110.
Round 5, I think he got injured.
I don't know what he did there. Well, he got dropped or maybe got injured and came back. Anyway, he's got rid of his 80, which was his last full game against St Kilda. Sub for West Coast. Sub for Brisbane. Yep. 25 and a 36.
And when he came on as a sub, he got 13 touches in a goal.
He was a bit too late. But anyway, that could be, I like him as a player. But they've just got so many big-bodied midfielders.
300k, is he an option for you?
300k for Matt Kennedy.
If you go up, his break-even's 150.
You'll definitely think about it. 100%. Matt Kennedy's 376 at the moment.
320 maybe.
So if he's a sub again,
if he's sub one more time, he's going to be so cheap.
He'll be great. Because again, round 1 he got 21 touches. Round 2 he got 26 touches. Came off injured, or maybe he didn't come off injured. That looks like a full game to me. 16 touches.
Have a gaze.
Have a gaze. Anyway, he's worth looking at. We'll have a gaze to see if he gets named sub again.
He could be a handy bench option. Get a rookie off the field. A couple of weeks, Matt Kennedy, put him on your watch list, Matty.
Champ, he'll be a straight swap for Sam Ryan soon.
I think Sam Ryan will be more expensive than him.
Well, there you go. I think so too. All right, back to the game. All right, I'm over this Port Adelaide game. Let's go to the best game of the round.
You want to hear some CBAs, do you? I'll tell you some CBAs, Matty. You really want those CBAs? You're going to get those CBAs.
Get on with it. Hurry up.
Do you want the CBAs?
No. Go. I know you haven't found them yet, but hurry up. Go. Now you got them. Go.
Do you want the CBAs?
Yes, please.
Well, you're going to get some kick-ins. So Blakey with 6, Moore with 4, Jake Lloyd, your boy, with 4, Nick Dacos 3, Noble 2, Maynard 1, Quainer 1, Florent 1. Now, CBAs. Who is getting all the CBAs at Sydney? Parker, 18, Warner, 15, Callum Mills, their third highest, 12, Ladhams 11, McLean 8, Rowbottom 5, Papley 5, and Heaney 2. For the Pies, 16 to DeGowie, 13 to Mitchell. How's he going? 12 to Frampton, 9 to Dacos, 7 to Cox, 7 to Pendlebury, which is really weird, 5 to Adams, 5 to Crisp, 2 to Dacos. Matty, the thing that stands out the most when I look at this is Frampton is still getting more ruck time than Mason Cox.
Mason Cox just came back from an injury, champ.
Yeah, but still, even around the ground, the ruck contest.
I'm happy with Frampton in there.
Especially
against Ladhams.
In Ladhams, yeah, well, that's why we won. But if Ladhams is a decent ruckman, then we're...
Ladhams got 9 hitouts against Frampton's.
He was off the ground for 50% of the game.
Okay, I don't care. Frampton got 32 hitouts. He's never going to do that again. And it's because he got Sydney.
How many hitouts?
32 hitouts from Frampton.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like...
Callum Mills got a very high CBAs. How is his possessions?
31.
Ooh.
But everyone against Collingwood gets high possessions, champ. Like, you know who is... First of all, no one was on Goulden. Goulden just tore it up, got 156. That was great.
And if you notice CBAs, do you know what he got?
None.
0.
Nothing. He was on Josh Dacos. Josh Dacos had a really bad game. And every time Goulden got it, he was 10, 15 metres away from any Collingwood
That's
opponent.
probably the best game from a wingman this year.
32 kicks, George. 13 marks. He was the target on that wing when they switched play by himself, uncontested a lot. For 37 touches, he only got less than half, 13 of them were contested. So he got over literally 25 uncontested touches because Dacos was not manning up. But I didn't care because it was Goulden, because he's my team. Jake Lloyd did all right. Parker, this is something I want to talk about, George.
Luke Parker?
Yeah, I think he's under the radar. Like, yes, clearly the CBAs have been there for a long time and have been talking about Luke Parker, hinting him down. He got 34 touches, and I know any Collingwood opposition midfielder are going to kill us.
Yep.
Parker, this is a very interesting option, George.
He's 500k.
He's 500k, but the last numbers he's got, 103, 116, 104. Then he got a 56, which he's got his price low, and 100, and then crap at the start. So,
but why did he get a 56 against Richmond?
Who knows?
He only got 15 touches. But
he got 15 touches. Oh, who knows? But that's over a month ago now. Yeah, I'm just saying, 104, 116, 103, pretty good scores for a $500,000 who was a premium play. He's already lost a lot of money already, 65,000. I don't know, I like him. And if he's in the forward line, I'd love to pick him up because he's clearly...
He's never going to be in the forward line with those CBAs. Even Mills is just, a couple of K more expensive than him.
Yeah. Buddy Franklin, people were booing him. I don't know why. Who cares?
Boo!
Yeah, who cares? It's probably because I don't even think it's due.
I think everyone just boos the superstars of the competition and put them off their game.
Someone was asking me, okay, so why do they boo Horn Francis? They boo Horn Francis because he didn't want to take ice baths. He didn't want to train. He kind of, why do people boo Ginnivan? Because he's an arrogant idiot. I don't think it's got anything to do with the race. It's just got to do with some personalities. Collingwood would probably hate Buddy because how many times Buddy killed us at Hawthorn and how he beat us, Sydney grand final, prelim final.
If you were at a game, who are some players you'd boo?
Probably Ginnivan. Collingwood. Who are some players I'll boo?
Ginnivan's a star.
Would you boo Treloar?
No, I love Trill.
Would you boo Grundy?
I love Grundy. I'd cheer Grundy.
I'd cheer Grundy too.
I don't boo any of those guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't boo any of those guys too. Who would I boo?
I'd boo Chris Judd.
Yeah, I was saying that. I'll say like everyone booed everyone. We booed Voss a lot. We booed Chris Judd a lot. We booed players that absolutely ripped us to pieces a lot. And I think Buddy fits that. Why was Essendon booing Pendlebury?
I'd booed at Dusty as well.
Why were Essendon booing Pendlebury when we played it?
Because he's a superstar.
That's all it is. Everyone wants to find something else into it. But anyway, moving forward, George, Collingwood Magpies.
I boo Tom Mitchell all the time.
No.
Yeah, it's really sad because I want him to do good.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. Not that good, like top 9. No, actually, not top 15, just to make sure. You know, so you don't try to do some bullshit saying,
yeah. Well, Tom Mitchell, who they got this week? They got GWS, George. Tom Green and Tom Mitchell last game. Could that be the decider of me versus you? Do you think we'll be well over by then?
Oh, Tom Green can always go 160, maybe.
Especially against Collingwood. Captain. No, maybe. See, no. I've got Anderson, captain, vice captain.
Vice captain, but when he gets an 80, you won't be putting him captain.
Oh, Oliver then. You know, safe Oliver option. Who are they playing? Oliver's playing Hawks. I almost don't want to put Noah Anderson vice captain. I just want to, because you think Oliver's going to go berserk.
So you are getting Anderson.
I'm just fucking with Geordie's head right now.
No, you're fucking with your own head. You are getting Anderson.
Totally.
Because I can see Atkins and Anderson, you team up. What else are you going to do? There's nothing else you can do. What's your plan B? You don't even have a plan B.
Yes, I do.
Tell me. Just tell me it with your words.
No, because there needs to be a lot of shuffling.
Just tell me the two ins.
It involves Sinclair.
Okay, Sinclair and who? Atkins.
Possibly Atkins.
So Atkins is the one you're going to get in. So you're definitely getting in Atkins. I already found out one of them. It's not going to take long for you to crack. Now, next game. Are we still talking about that game?
No, yeah, we are, because Nick Dacos got tagged, still got 25 touches. No one really scored well except Darcy Moore, but that was a pretty funny game to watch. I was playing someone, I'm playing Supercoach Master Matt. It's Zeeble and Sinclair head to head, but Zeeble's killing me. I'm just hate to break it to you, John. But, you know, the Collingwood games has not been, because it was dead. 3/4 time, no scores. Tom Mitchell and Lloyd were still on 60s at 3/4 time, and he didn't really account for the fact that Lloyd went berserk and Tom Mitchell didn't. But anyway, it was over once those scores got updated. Jordan, what did you think of that? Did you watch that game?
Yeah, Pendlebury only has 7 CBAs, which is really, really weird. He started off on fire though. Tom Mitchell only 22 touches. This is such a low possession game for Collingwood, such a high possession game for Sydney. I don't know, Matty. Like a lot of these Collingwood midfielders, I just can't trust them anymore because their CBAs all over the place. Well, the goalie had a really poor game.
It was clearly the forward line and the back line that won it for Collingwood. The midfielders did not. Like it's almost like they skipped the midfielders. It was like Quainer got his highest touches of his career. He got like 22 touches.
Nice. Highest? That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, no, it does. It is. Quainer went berserk.
Can we get a fact check on that, guys?
Yeah, Huskin, Elliott, Darcy Moore obviously were the best. Then Myercheck, did you see his goals? Wow, he kicked 3. He got 3 last quarter goals. One was...
I think it's his first time he's kicked 5 goals.
Yes, it was. Career best. Billy Frampton did. But yeah, a lot of the midfielders were not moving the ball around as much as we like, but still won by 30-odd points, which was great. 29 points. All right, last game of the round, champ.
Now, let me tell you about North and St Kilda. This snooze fest had many talking points. This number 1 CBAs for the North Melbourne Kangaroos. The highest for the game, 15 CBAs only because of the low amount of goals kicked. LDU 15, Simpkin 13, Goldstein 12. Shields is getting up there lately. 2 big tons in a row for Shields. Being played more midfield. 9 CBAs. Cunningham subbed off with 6. Griffith Logue helping in the ruck, I imagine, with 4. Zerha 2. St Kilda, the highest CBAs. This is what you wanted to know, Matty. Still had the most.
Shut up.
Yep, had the most for St Kilda with 13. 11 for Marshall and out. Didn't come back on the field once he went off with that ankle injury.
So he only missed it. How could he have 13 CBAs when there was only 12 goals kicked?
Because it's still a half-time ball up. You don't need a goal to kick.
I understand. And good job, Joel. So, okay.
And so Steele had the highest amount of CBAs, 13. That's good if you're a Steele owner.
Why did he get so shit? I saw him in the forward line a lot.
He's gone for to kick some buttes. 11 to Marshall with ankle and out.
Do you have access to the heat map? Maybe that's what I need to look at.
Crouch 10 CBAs, Sinclair 10 CBAs. So Sinclair's getting a lot more midfield time, and Ross 8 CBAs. Mitchie Owens still putting in some good scores with 5. Hunter Clark with 2 only, but tonned up Matt Zeebs.
Oh, champ, just went straight to what I wanted. I don't even know why. It went straight to Jake Steele.
Are you sure?
That's it, Jake Steele. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, fuck it, who gives a shit? We'll look at it at my own discretion. Yeah, okay, so you're done with both kick-ins and CBAs yet?
No.
Okay, go.
I was just waiting for the kick-outs. I want to know what you thought of all those CBAs you weren't listening to.
Oh, amazing.
Now, the kick-ins. 9 to Zeeble. 9.
He loves a kick.
Oh, I loved it. I loved his 171.
He loves 30
Wanganeen 5. Sheasel 4. He's so good with Harron Hall out of the team. Sinclair 4. McDonald 1. Perez 1. And Liam Stocker getting 1.
LDU, what a dud.
He's going to be really cheap in a couple of weeks. I'd even consider him for 4-4.
4-4, okay. Well, Zeeble...
4-5 even?
Well, yeah, besides LDU, if you don't have him, don't get him in.
Is Zeeble a good inclusion? I think at 5-4, people are asking the question, is Zeeble a good inclusion?
Probably. Who else is better with Sicily's doing dud stuff?
I think his score is obviously inflated because he's playing
St Kilda.
St Kilda. Yeah, obviously, because St Kilda, allow these scores to happen. They kick lots of behinds as well. So
they kick 16
I don't
behinds.
think this is Gazeble's high score of the year. He won't be doing this again. So 30 kicks.
That's amazing. 18 marker redos.
30 kicks.
Sheasley joins in the party with 30 touches, 17 kicks.
Oh, so glad some people got rid of him after some bad game.
So the same person that got in Sean Darcy, captain, got rid of Sheasel as well.
Who is this guy?
Just a man of mine. Samuel. His name's Samuel. You'll be playing him in our other cash league.
Okay. This week?
No, eventually. Not this week.
Eventually.
Yeah, eventually. Anyway, thank you to Saints. While Wilkie...
Samuel, what are you doing, mate? You watched the show.
I don't know. I think he beats himself up over it a little bit. Spoke to Tom on the weekend, so Tom was telling me that he was a bit sad that, he had Darcy captain, as you would, when there's Olivers and Bonds.
I don't remember saying Darcy last week, Sam. Self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted. Royal Marshall. Jules, what do you think of that injury? Is he going to be fine or is he going to be sore?
Well, how much do you trust Ross Lyon?
Oh, you can't.
Because Ross Lyon said he's fine, he could have come back on the field, but we decided to take the cautious approach. Is this a sprained ankle? That's what he says.
How did he say it? Jules, can you tell me how he said it? We just want to take a cautious approach. It's going to be okay for next week, and yeah. All right, Wilkie gets 123. Docky, something to say?
Averaging 70-ish, Docky, come on.
Stocker goes berserk. He got 127 dream team, but only 103.
What a high.
Wow, 19 kicks
marks.
and 16 marks. Good for him. Sinclair, he had no chance against Zeeble.
Sinclair, why was he against Zeeble?
Because that was the last head-to-head match in the cash league. Yeah, Sinclair got 99, 23 touches, very low on his average. Kicked a goal too. So good for him.
We definitely had him for an over.
Oh, did you?
Over in North Melbourne. That's where they're going to get smashed.
I just went on anyway.
Jack Steele.
How did he get the star? What did he do?
Who gives a fuck what Monty thinks the star is? He doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
No, he's got no idea. Mitch Allen still continuing his awesome
Helen
form.
3 votes, Jack Steele.
What? When you got Zeeble getting...
Mason Wood had a really shake game for the first time.
Jack,
Woo!
He looked very slow.
He did look slow. 17 touches only for Mason Wood and a goal, but only 63. Supercoach Philippe with a
Champ,
56.
you were thinking about getting Gresham, got hurt. What do you think about that?
I think he got hurt.
That's it. All right, Champ, there's nothing for me to...
I think that's it. It's not about that, and that's enough about that. We've recapped it.
I know. And what a slog. What a slog fest. I'm hungry.
Matty,
So we go on live on Thursdays, what we want to know.
100%. Now I want to tell you some more CBAs, the notable ones. Zach Merritt had 35.
I'm looking at our audience.
Cut it out.
It's these glasses that have got the sleeping. You like that, oh my God.
Look, you stupid dingus.
No,
He's got the interest. Zach Merritt had 35% more than last week. Chera had 31% more than last week. Short had 30% more. Mills had 16% more. And Fiorini had 7% more. Setterfield had 68% less. Bailey Smith had 40% less. Jake Stringer had 25% less. 24 less for Cozzy. And 17 less to Goulden, putting him on 0. Thanks to Maria's Magic at Twitter.
I'm so glad we ended off that segment with more CBAs, George. You know how much I love those CBAs.
Maddie, look into them, you doofus.
Why?
Because it shows you the trend that's happening. We can jump on some players that are either doing really good.
Out of all these things, who have you jumped on that's based on high CBAs?
Well, I have not jumped on players based on their CBAs before. Like Merritt was a genuine contender for the CBAs before I saw his low last week. So now that I know that he's playing on the wing and not getting those CBAs, he's not in the running anymore.
So is that why Setterfield's out for you?
100%. That's why Setterfield's out this week for me.
Who are you getting in Setterfield for? I told you my trades.
I've got 3. I might do a double primo up.
You got no money.
I've got
no money.
a lot.
If you can't afford to get Simpson, and you have to settle with Aguin.
What Setterfield? There's an Ashcroft.
Yeah, you can't upgrade.
There's a.
You need
what? Well, I've got Radicales. I've got Bakers.
Okay.
I've got Wilmots.
All right. So if you get Radagalia out, that will give you 150k.
Okay. If I get Jury.
Okay. So how much is Radagalia now?
330 something.
Okay. So you'll get 165.
230 if I get Jury.
Okay. So that means you're going to put 115k.
100 in Setterfield.
Which will get you 515,000. Nothing.
Yeah, like a Doherty.
Okay, get
and then the rest in the other one, you get another 500 one.
Yeah, like who?
Like Brayshaw.
You can't afford it. You can't afford it. You can't afford it.
I still got some money in the bank.
You got no money in the bank.
I don't have 50k to get Agwin to a Simpson.
No, you don't have 30k to get Agwin to a Simpson.
I got 20k.
And that's not going to afford.
We'll see.
I hope, George, if you get a Brayshaw and a Doherty, please don't.
Alright guys, we will reveal our trades Thursday live. Bring your questions, bring your teams, bring the Bruce because we want to see you.
The Bruce. Alright boys, I'm out of here. I'm hungry. How about George? You got to get those ones. What a dog. Anyway, see you boys.